All right, so next up, let's take a look at Yale versus San Diego State. Yale getting a really impressive win today over Auburn. Now, I will say first off, if Auburn's player doesn't get ejected, I think they may win that game. But Yale gets the win. Hats off to them. As far as San Diego State is concerned, really kind of underwhelming performance against UAB. Almost blew that game. Kind of choked that game away, but ultimately get the win in the end. And I think this is going to be a pretty close matchup here. With the way San Diego State plays, I don't think they're going to blow out Yale by any means. I think it's going to be a good game. So Yale led by Wolf, and then San Diego State led by Ledee, obviously. Let's look at Yale's schedule a little bit here. As far as tournament teams are concerned, all right, losses versus Gonzaga, a win over Colgate. Colgate is a tournament team. Loss versus Kansas, a win over Santa Clara, a Santa Clara team that actually beat Gonzaga, so keep that in mind while we're discussing this. And then as far as the Ivy League Conference is concerned, Princeton was the best team in the conference, but got dipped by Brown in tournament play. So ultimately, Yale got the win there. So as far as San Diego State is concerned, let's take a look at their schedule. I kind of played a tough schedule. Loss versus BYU, that's a tournament team. Win over St. Mary's, that's a tournament team. Loss versus Grand Canyon. Okay, so Grand Canyon obviously coming off a win over St. Mary's, really good win there. And then defeated Gonzaga as well, and then in the Mountain West kind of split with everybody that ended up making the tournament. So I think this game's going to be pretty close. Looks like San Diego State is favored by 5.5 at the moment. I think it's going to definitely be closer than 5.5 points. The way San Diego State plays lately, it kind of doesn't lend itself to blowing out teams like Yale. But again, I don't know if Yale would have beaten Auburn if Chad wouldn't have gotten ejected. So that kind of gives me a little room for pause here. San Diego State, we know they have been in the tournament before. All right, made the championship last year. These guys are veterans on their team. They're seasoned. And I think that's going to really pay off for San Diego State here. They got out of the first round. They're good now. They almost, like I said, blew it. But ultimately, they got out of it so that they can settle in and kind of focus on the end goal. And what's waiting for them after this is a rematch with Uconn from the championship last year. So I think San Diego State gets the win here. I think it's going to be pretty close. But actually, on second thought, go ahead and give me more than 5.5. I think San Diego State ultimately is too much for Yale and ends up getting the win by between 6 and 10 points, somewhere in that range. But do you think Yale can get the upset? Let me know. Who do you think wins this game and why? Comment down in the comment section. Make sure to like this video, and most importantly, subscribe.